Welcome to SSPTV Community News. I'm Lisa Sugart. Today we are here inside the Southside Fire Station in the city of Hazelton with the Hazelton Fire Chief Donald Leschko and also with State Representative Dane Watro, who represents the 116th Legislative District, which includes the city of Hazelton. And we're here for a very important reason, to talk about the very first bill that was signed into law that was put forth by our state representative. It was House Bill 404, and it is Act 13 of 2023, and it was signed by Governor Josh Shapiro. So, Representative Watro, tell us all about this new piece of legislation that actually helps out the fire departments.
Yeah, Lisa, first of all, thank you and SSPTV for doing this show and talking about House Bill 404. So House Bill 404 is very important. It's codifying what the Department of Health is currently doing, and it's certifying those men and women getting out of the military to be those certified EMT and paramedics. Now, let's face it, here in the Commonwealth, even clear across the country, we struggle to find men and women to do this great profession, and this actually, it kills two birds with one stone. It helps our veterans get out of the military and actually fill those vacancies that we need so very bad, because when we hit that 911 and we need that EMT there, or our firefighters to actually respond, we need those certified personnel, and I was just glad to see this bill get across the finish line in a short period of time.
Well, congratulations on that. We're very proud. Your freshman year, and you got this passed. And this is very important to a lot of people and to a lot of organizations like the fire department here in Hazelton. And Chief, I didn't know this. We were talking earlier, and I should have known this for all the years that I've been talking to the fire department, but a firefighter needs to be a certified EMT to become a firefighter.
Yeah, as part of the civil service requirements in the city of Hazelton for our career firefighters, you are required to become an EMT within 3 years of hiring. So this is our civil service requirements give benefits already for our veterans to allow when they do the testing. This is just another plus, and this is a key plus for our veterans, that we can now get we veterans apply for the jobs. It just helps along the process in getting them certified, and it helps with the training. And again, that doesn't only happen here at Hazelton, that happens across the Commonwealth. So when Representative Watro put this bill forward, this was a grand slam win for the fire service and also the EMS service, because the EMS service right now is in deep need of EMTs, paramedics, and this is just a big plus to help get more those professionals out doing the jobs that is most important needed. Because again, as the representative said, when you dial 911, seconds matter, and to have those trained professionals that are military veterans who served our country and now are taking the roles on to serve our communities, even more importantly, this is just a great benefit for everybody.
Has anyone contacted you thus far about this, like in anticipation of it?
We've had, I've talked to some veterans that already have this and are looking into it to try to get this training, to get this all cross-referenced. And again, it just clears up a lot of avenues. It just makes it a lot more easier for our veterans. And again, we can't say thank you enough to our representative for making this bill happen. That's not only going to benefit, here firefighters that are going to take the test here in Hazelton, but firefighters throughout the Commonwealth.
Absolutely. And I know this was near and dear to your heart because you're a veteran and you are a huge supporter of all veterans doing what you can. So I'm sure that was foremost in your mind when you put this forward.
Yeah, it was absolutely. Our veterans it's very close and near and dear to my heart, but also our first responders, from your firefighters to your EMTs, your paramedics. Just a short time ago, I was sitting in Jimmy's, and actually the chief himself was sitting there, and all of a sudden the bells go off on his pager. Food was just literally served. He got up and he left, and I was still there about 45 minutes later, and that gentleman walked right back in there and ate his cold food. They do a lot for our community, and we need to be thankful where we can.
There's another aspect to this, too, that involves the Department of Agriculture.
Right.
Tell me about that.
This is an exciting piece. This was an amendment that I added on to this bill later on as this bill was progressing. And Department of Ag now will identify those men and women who served in the food services to be food inspectors for the state, food service workers. So that's another great avenue where we desperately need help. Now, I also have some near and dear to my heart with food services. My mom, 30-some years, worked for the school district as a food service worker. So that, once again, is going to codify what the Department of Ag is doing right now in identifying those soldiers that had the qualifications in the military to come out and be food inspectors, or just be your meat and potatoes in the kitchen there and doing the good job that they do.
I think that's wonderful that that is happening. So tell us, has anyone contacted you since, when you even mentioned that your bill was being proposed? Did they say, we're so happy if this goes through?
Absolutely. So many veterans organizations, even our very own right here, the American Legion in Hazleton, were very excited to know that this was coming. As well, we had veterans from the ANVETs of the McAdoo Post come down for the bill signing. Everybody's super excited, as well as I am.
For someone watching this today, Representative Watro, if they're thinking, hey, I did that or whatever, or there's someone in their family, how do they get more information? What do they do? How do they take advantage of this?
That's a great question. Right to the Department of Health. Have them, and they will go ahead and cross-reference their training and experience. And if they get in a hurdle there where they're struggling, contact my office for sure.
So do you think this is going to make a major impact? Like as Chief Leshko said, they're having a tough time getting people to come into EMT jobs.
I hope so. Only time will tell, but I'm hoping that this will actually close the gap here and at least provide some relief for our first responders.
What do you want to say to the people watching this? I mean, this is your first bill. What's next on the list?
Oh, I'm working on an education bill right now, but seriously, thank you everybody for your support and your encouragement to do what I do and allowing me to sit here in your seat and serve you.
Well, congratulations again on this bill. We hope a lot of people will take advantage of it. Again, it's going to be a tremendous help to fire stations like right here in Hazleton at the Southside Station. Chief, what do you want to say to people who might be considering taking advantage of this? You'd love to have them come aboard.
We welcome everybody. I mean, again, we welcome. We always need bodies. We need trained people to come do our job, not only here in the city of Hazleton, but basically across the Commonwealth. So this is a benefit that not only going to help the fire department out, but also if you're in the EMS field, it's going to help out the EMS agencies. There's no shortage of help needed in the EMS field for paramedics and EMTs. So this is definitely a welcome.
In addition to Chief Leshko and the fire department here, have other EMT organizations reached out to you as well and said, thank you for doing this?
Actually, yes. The Harrisburg department actually reached out as I was moving forward with the bill and said, whatever support we could give you, let us know. And then after the bill was finally passed and signed into law, they reached back out and they said they're very thankful.
This is going to help so many organizations right here in the entire state of Pennsylvania, especially right here in the city of Hazleton. Thank you both for talking with me. A pleasure. And I hope that many people will take advantage of this wonderful new bill that has been signed into law.